What's happening, everybody? Sean Daniel with Guitar Control here. Today we're going to learn how to play a classic, very underrated Fleetwood Mac song, Everywhere. We're going to do a way where we can kind of do it all acoustically to get the rhythm and really just kind of like the spirit of the song by combining a couple different parts. That'll be a very easy way to arrange it to maybe play and sing it at the same time. So make sure you click the link below because I'm going to chord out all the chords here. It's going to be in the key of E, the Fleetwood key. There's really no reason for me to call it that other than that I felt like it. And all together, it's going to sound like this. So it's kind of like a fun rhythmic thing that you can do to kind of add a little bit of what some of the, sparse electric guitars are doing in the song. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus mainly on power chords for all these. And we're only gonna use 4 chords, which is really cool. So the first one, let's do 7A with your pointer finger, 9D, and 9G. Now this is gonna be representative of an E major chord, which we can do the exact same thing with, but I want to do this in this spot of the neck because then we can kind of move it all around and kind of stay in one shape of the neck, right? So what we're going to do is like that strumming pattern. So root, down, up, down, into the next chord, okay? So this is, if you listen to what Lindsey Buckingham, master guitar player, is doing, it's like... We're going to do a fuller version so it's more of an acoustic thing, right? So if we have this, 1, 2, and 3, your ring finger is going to grab the 9th fret on the A string, which is going to lead you into this B major chord right here. Now again, it doesn't have to be a full B major bar chord. It can, it's going to give you a really nice sound, but we're just going to focus on 7E, 9A, 9D, and then 8G. Don't worry about the top 2 strings because those are kind of the hard ones to bar. We don't need to use a bar chord to do this. We can do the exact same thing with just power chords if you want. So 7A, this is going to be the E chord, even if it's just 7, 9, and 9. 1, 2, and 3. Ring finger moves up a string, and then your pointer finger falls in line. And then we're going to grab the next chord, which is that B major chord, or you just play a B power chord. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we have an 8 count, that's kind of how I like to organize this song. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Really just get that down because that's kind of like the main pulse of the song, right? Okay, so now after this, we're gonna descend through chords in the key of E, starting on the 6th chord. Really, knowing the chord degrees and where they fall in a key is a super valuable thing. We have other lessons on that on the Guitar Control channel, so make sure you check some of those out. But basically, it's a great way to remember how things sound because just backing through the scale, through those notes, chords in the key of E, which end up just being 9, 7, 5, or C sharp, B, A. Now technically it'd be C sharp minor, B major to A major, but we can just use these power chords to make it easier for ourselves. So we've got E to B, E, B, E. The third time, then we have C sharp, B, A. You can add some mutes make it more lively, but basically this is just the structure of the song, and then however you want to play it, depending on how lively you want to make it or just how chill you want to make it, it's totally up to you, right? So this is going to be the verse of the song, and then we have the chorus, which is going to sound like this. we're just kind of dancing around the C sharp, the B, and the A chord back and forth. So the structure of it would start with the B, right? 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want to talk about the count because, again, if we're counting in fours, just over and over again, a bar being 4, we can get to the next chord on the 4, and that's what kind of gives it the peppy, Fleetwood, fun, happy Christy McVie feel before all the drama and the fallout of Fleetwood Mac is going to the next chord before the beat is over. And this is something you can use in your own guitar playing, composition, stuff like that. It's really a very pop music thing, where if we have a count of 4, we're going to the next chord in the progression on the 4 count. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So now we have that first bar, which is split between 3 beats of B. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have a full bar after we're kind of stealing one of the counts in the previous bar, 4 C sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, A. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So think of always kind of sneaking into that previous bar with the next chord for any of these progressions. And then if you kind of make them, what I like to do is I like to chunk chord progressions together to make them 2 chords at a time. We've got B to C sharp, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first couple, right? Then we have A to B, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We go back now from C sharp to B, and then A to B again. So all together, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the beginning. You gotta end on the open E chord because how fitting is that? The ultimate in resolution in the key of E. So real quick, while we're here, why don't we just talk about the numbers of this chord progression, because then we can like really help to translate them and transpose them into different keys. I promise you, even if you've never thought about like music theory and stuff, this is stuff you want to know, right? So if E is the 1 chord, we can just go through all the alphabetical numbers that make that chord, right? You can always do that with the major scale. E is 1, F sharp is 2. There, right there, there's your G sharp as 3. A is 4. B is 5. C sharp is 6. And then D sharp is 7. So if we kind of turn all these chords into numbers, it becomes much, much easier to remember. So instead of E to B, and then it's like, okay, it goes E to B, E to B, E to B, C sharp, B to A. We could go 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 1, 5, 6, 5, 4. And then for the chorus, it becomes so much easier to remember because it's just 5 to 6, 4 to 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, and then end on 1. All right, so again, I don't want to make this a whole music theory lesson, but it's something that I'm tricking you all into learning over time through this incredible bubblegum pop song, which is really a lot of fun to play, actually. Last pro tip for the day. Okay, so the very last thing we do before the ending E chord, C sharp, B, A, B to E, right? This guy, this B major to E can be tricky when you're moving hand positions through the neck. So just keep your hand shape just like this, slide it all the way down, pop that pointer finger off, grab your E major like that. Pro tip for you. So hopefully you're going to play a great pop song Mick Fleetwood would be so proud of you. He already is. I consider him like a father figure. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. That's not really any of my concern. That's your business. But make sure you click on any of these other great videos by myself, other great instructors on the Guitar Control channel. Make sure to like it, subscribe it, share it. Let us know in the comment section what you think. Feedback on anything you want to see more of, less of, mostly more of. And we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.